What's up, y'all? Back again with another quick video, and today we're taking a second look at the BuzzTV PowerStation 6. Now, a couple weeks ago, I tried to do a review on the PowerStation 6. However, the device that I received was a dud, so I wasn't able to boot it up or see the user interface. So I did end up sending that back to BuzzTV. They did give me a full refund. They've been super nice through the process, but I did have my doubts about even following up on this device. Buzz reached out again. They wanted to send me a couple devices just to test out. They also sent me a t-shirt. So in this video, what we're going to do is quickly unbox the PowerStation 6. They did send a 16 gig version as well as the 8 gig version. I'm going to go through the setup process as well as the user interface, and I'm going to do a benchmark. And believe me, guys, this is almost double the power of the Nvidia Shield TV. Let's go ahead and jump into it. So before we jump into it, big shout out to the United States Marine. Happy Marine Corps birthday, November 10th. Also, big shout out to all the veterans that are currently serving or has served in the military. Really appreciate it. Now, because I already did the unboxing, I'll just put the specs and information from the last video inserted in this video, but just know that the only difference is one of them come with 8 gigs, one come with 16 gigs of RAM. Everything else is identical. So previous video I had the 8 gig version. This one I'm going to be testing out the 16 gig version. So this is going to have Android 13. Notice I said Android 13, not Android TV. This also is going to come with a Rockchip 3588 dual chip core, A76, A55, 64-bit processor, Mali G10 MP4 GPU, 8 gigs or 16 gigs. Internal storage is going to have 128 gigs. However, this also has an M.2 slot where you can go ahead and add more storage, and we'll be doing that today as well. Ethernet is going to have gigabit Ethernet, 6th generation wireless, 8x2T2R dual band Wi-Fi. We'll test it out as well. As far as the user interface, we're going to have one USB 2.0 port, one USB 3.0, one USB-C that delivers 10 watt power. So this 10 watt is there because if you wanted to add a hard drive that requires power, that option is there. Additionally, this is going to have a micro SD card reader. Compatibility is going to be FAT16, FAT32, NTFS. Output resolution up to 8K 60 frames per second. Audio, we're going to have one digital audio output. Remote control, we're going to have 2 remotes on this one, which I'm excited. So we're going to have the BT500 voice remote. So first of all, the presentation here is really nice. I think they did a great job with the box. On this side, it's going to show the ports. So it's going to show Ethernet, HDMI, TF card reader. Shows the side profile right there. Shows the front here with the power button. USB-C, 2 USB ports, and it shows the other side. So basically, it's just the device itself on the outside of the box. Like I said, I think they did a great job as far as presentation. All right, let's go ahead and we'll get it out here. All right, again, trend continues with the presentation. Do have the box right here. We're going to go ahead and leave it till the end. So it looks like we have the thank you card, registration, warranty information. Also have a 10% discount code there. Have some QR codes on the back. Chat with a specialist, find your user manuals, tips and tricks. So a lot of useful information on this card. So another card here, 2 QR codes. One's going to be for the remote. The other one is going to be customer service. We have some plugs for your ports. So in the case that you don't want to use, let's say a USB port, HDMI port, you can always plug it up just to keep debris and dust from getting in there. HDMI cord. Do have the power brick. So this is the power plug right here. Goes into here. As far as the brick itself, the output is going to be 36 watts, 12 volts, 3 amps. So again, this is going to provide additional power to the box for those hard drives that requires more power. Rubber grommet, this is going to be for your SSD. So when you insert additional SSD, this is going to keep it locked in. So like I said, we have 2 remote controls. So as far as what they look like, this one's white, this one's black, obviously, but let's look at the remotes. You can see that this one looked like it has a lot more going on, guys. A lot more options, a lot more features to program to additional devices. So If you're someone that's using this to control TVs, control sound system, this might be a good option. This one seems more modern. Shortcuts on there, so you do have your Google Play, Pluto TV, YouTube, Prime Videos, up and down volume, navigation in the middle. Numbers up top, you do have your input selection. While this one does have a lot more shortcuts, as you can see there, it has the menu, guide button, set top box settings. So this one again is geared more for your IPTV, and this one geared more for the device itself. So for now, we're just going to use this guy for the setup. So let's go over the ports real quick. So on the front, USB 3, USB 2, we have a USB-C as well. We have the power button right here, nice and tactile. Nothing on each side. On the back, we're going to have our power. We have our micro SD card reader, optical, HDMI out, as well as our gigabit Ethernet. BuzzTV right there, and this is the actual door for the SSD. Pull that out. You just get your finger in there, pull that out, and you can see we do have that stop that I spoke about a little bit earlier, but one's already in there. You look down in there, you can see the actual slot for the M.2, and we're going to go ahead and install one. All right, so this is a 256 gig SSD, so let's go ahead and see if we can install this. So it goes in like this. All right, so right now it's pretty much inserted. We're going to go ahead and put that down. And this is all rubber, guys, so you just kind of pull that to the side. And that's basically it. Install, really straightforward. When you're done, just kind of put this in there, push it back down, and you're all set. Let's go ahead and get it booted up. All right, y'all, so just a quick run through of the user interface, then we'll do a benchmark, and then we'll see where this stacks up against Nvidia Shield TV. So up top in the home, you're gonna have BuzzTV, you're gonna have live TV, video on demand, series, EPG, and PVR. So for this, of course, you'll need to add your TV service. You also have your apps. So these are the apps that are installed on the device currently, and you can see we have app installer all the way over, and we'll go through each one here in a little bit. So that's your home. You do have a search option right there. We also have video on demand as well as applications. All right, so let's go through some of these applications. So there's an app installer on here. What this is going to do is show you your drives where you can have your files downloaded. You do have Aptoide TV. For you guys that know, this is an alternative to the Google Play Store, so this is going to allow you to install applications as well. Not going to get into it on this video, but just know that even on your other streaming devices, you can install Aptoide TV. You have BuzzTV 5, BuzzTV 6. These are going to allow you to connect your device. This is going to allow you to log into your TV services. We have the BuzzTV over the air, and this is going to allow you to install or check for your software. Just did a software update on the first boot, as you can see. We also have a remote control area, and I actually like this. So you can see it gives you the status, remote connected, firmware version, as well as the battery. When you go down, you have your auto TV startup, so you can go ahead and click on that, set that up. Just going to go back out of it. You do have the backlight, so you can turn it on and off. Whenever you press a button on your device, it will light up, which is pretty cool. Let me turn it off for now. You do have set up the key color, so this is going to be for your shortcuts. So let's say I wanted to set the red one to Aptoide. I can go ahead and do so, confirm, and can always go in and change it. Pretty cool. You have 4 these shortcuts that you can set up. All right, you do have the option to update your remote control, your volume settings, your you can pair remote, and you do have your CEC settings. So like I said, I do like the fact that a lot of these settings can be changed from within the software. You also have a calculator app that was installed by default, Chrome, DRM info. This is going to essentially show you your internals of your device. Little information here, but we're going to go ahead and load up IDA64 in a little bit just to look further into it. Disney Plus is installed, File Explorer, you have your files, Google Play games, Google Play services. So this does have Google Play Store. Let's click on that. All right, so it does, which is very cool that you not only have Aptoid on here, but you do have Google Play services. That way you can go ahead and sign into your Google account and you can download apps directly from the store. Do have Netflix on here. Remember, we talked about this. This is one of the down parts about this not being official Android TV, but it's Android, so you don't get the 4K version of Netflix. Let me know in the comment section if that's the deal breaker for you. Pluto TV, Prime Videos installed. And further down, we do have speed tests, YouTube VLC, as well as your settings. So let's go into our settings. Connected to Wi-Fi, I can sign into my Google account. We have device preferences. Utilities, just going to show some of those apps we already went over. Device preferences. All right. Some of the same information. It is running Android 13. You do have your audio device pass-through, and you do have a lot of settings. Resolution is auto, but if you have a HD or 4K monitor, should work. Do have your CEC control. Let's go into advanced display properties. HDMI. You can play with your different color settings. So let me go ahead. I'm going to install AIDA64, take a look at the internals a little bit more. Then we're going to do a quick benchmark and just kind of see where this stacks up against something like Nvidia Shield TV. All right, so here we are in AIDA64, and this is probably the fastest install I've ever seen. But let's quickly run through some of the internals of this. So go to system. You can see it is an Nvidia chip, which is interesting. P6 128, Rock chip 3588, 16 gigs of RAM. All right, you can see the total memory. Internal storage space 107. External storage, we have 119. All right, so I do have some external storage plugged in. Remember, I did install. I just had to get that configured. Check out the CPU, 855, 876. This is a 64-bit system, so that's interesting. That means that this should be able to run Plex server. We'll check that out. You can see all the cores right there, 8 cores total. All right, so that's just the current display. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do a quick benchmark, and then I'll show you where that compares to the Nvidia Shield TV. Wow, overall score is a 75-27. And just to put this in perspective, on this channel, this is the highest score I've ever seen on a streaming device. The Fire TV Stick 4K Max scored a 801. The On 4K Streaming Pro scored a 584. The Fire TV Cube scored a 2595, and the Nvidia Shield TV scored 4628. Now this is a 2017 Shield, keep in mind, but this is almost double what we're seeing on those other devices. This is crazy. So, and I had a feeling just going through the benchmark. Normally when you're going through a benchmark, there's a lot of lagging, skip frames, stuttering, and you know, it's doing a benchmark, so that's expected. With this benchmark, everything was going smooth like I'm playing a video. That's why I knew this was going to score high. So overall score 75-27. Graphics score scored a 10,059. The physics score scored a 4,001. And where this ranks against other devices, it's irrelevant because this is ranking against other devices that might not be in the same category. But overall, this is the most powerful streaming device that I've yet demoed on this channel. So I'm gonna keep playing with this. I'm gonna do some follow-ups. Let me know in the comment section what you'd like to see me test on this device, because there's a lot to digest here. So if you're new to the channel, subscribe, smash the notification bell. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.